Hey everybody, welcome to week 15. You're probably at one time were thinking that this race was never going to be here, and then now all of a sudden it's here, it's 2 weeks away, so maybe you start to freak out a little bit. That's totally normal. So week 15, what's in store? Well, big thing to remember is that you're coming off that last really big brick workout, 50-mile bike ride, 10-mile run, maybe 60-mile bike ride, 12-mile run, somewhere in there. You should be feeling fatigued. That's totally normal. It's also quite normal for athletes to have a workout that's really challenging and then be completely doubting themselves moving into the race, thinking that they're not going to do well in the race because this workout was so difficult. And that's really one of the main reasons why I put that workout into the schedule, because it's darn near as hard as the race. And I want it to be hard specifically so that when you get to the race itself feels easier. So that's the point of that really hard workout. I've done it a number of times, and every time I do it, I feel the same way. I feel like, oh, I'm not ready for the race. That was hard. Once in a while, I crush the workout, and then I have good confidence going into the race. But however you feel, whether that's you're feeling great, that's an excellent place. If you feel like after that workout you're doubting yourself, just know that that's completely normal. And that's going to benefit you on race day, having done that workout. So this week, you really need to assess your body. If you have residual fatigue, from the weeks leading up to this or that big brick workout, feel free, and I encourage you to swap any workouts on the schedule for active recovery workouts. What are active recovery workouts? Swim workouts, cycling workouts with higher cadence and low muscular tension, low resistance to get the blood flow, right? So the more we can get the blood flowing without muscular tension, without muscular damage, that's an active recovery workout. Aqua jogging is a great one. So there's some ways that you can get in swap those workouts. It's better to do active recovery than to just not work out at all. So if you're feeling fatigued and you have a workout in your schedule, for today, tomorrow, rather than just skipping it all together, it'd be better to do an active recovery workout. It's also a good time to check your iron levels. Short of getting a blood test, just eat foods that are rich in iron for the next couple weeks, because it can't hurt you. And if you get those iron levels topped off, you have more oxygen for your muscles to work with. So especially if you're feeling abnormally fatigued, if you're doing your workouts and something just doesn't seem right, you don't really feel that bad, but your workouts just don't have that same zap to them, then oftentimes you're low in iron. If you're feeling strong, which is great, then stick to the schedule. In the last 2 weeks, what we want to do is we want to increase the intensity. If you're feeling strong, you don't have a lot of muscle soreness, then we want to increase the intensity of the workouts. We also want to increase the recovery within the workouts. So if you're doing, say, a run workout and you're doing, say, before you might have been, let's say, doing like 5 minutes of hard running and 3 to 5 minutes of recovery, we want to bump that up, and we can make the interval, the harder interval 3 minutes, and then make the recovery interval 6 minutes, something like that. So have more recovery than the work part of that. We also want to increase the duration. So whereas before you might have been running 8 miles with hard stuff in there, maybe we want to drop that down to 5 or 6 miles. So increase the duration of that workout. Because if we increase the intensity, we need to change some of the other variables too. We don't want to increase the intensity, keep the duration really high, keep the recovery short, because that's a recipe for injury, okay? And then overall, in the next 2 weeks, we definitely want to drop the volume of your training. So if your training's been at 10, 12, 15 hours a week, I want to start to drop that down to 8 hours a week. Now, if your training has been at 6 hours a week, dropping the volume is not going to help you. You can keep that volume, that 6 to 8 hour mark, but you also can't make up for it. There's no cramming for an endurance triathlon. So if you've been at 6 hours a week, doing 12 hours in these next 2 weeks is not going to help you out. It's going to make it worse for you. So don't try to cram in your fitness. And then the key workout of the week really is the 2-hour brick workout. Now, if you do have the ability to swim beforehand, you can add 20-30 minute swim, do that at race pace. If you can't get on your bike within 10 minutes of swimming, then I don't think swimming actually benefits you. But some people live near an area where maybe they can go to a pool and bike right from their pool, and then that leaves them a place to run. Oftentimes it's much more challenging to find a place you can swim at and go for a bike ride and go for a run afterwards. But if you have it, go ahead and throw that in. If you don't, hour and 15 on the bike and then 45-minute run. This should feel really fun. It should feel really short. It's the workout. It's not super critical, but it's just to remind yourself, hey, you're a triathlete. This is what you do. You run off the bike. Because they're short, it should feel really good to you. It should feel like, wow, this is great. This is so short compared to last week. And just go out there and have fun and enjoy your fitness. You've built your fitness up here, and for a lot of you, it's the most fit you've ever been. So take advantage of it, enjoy it. And really on that note, after your half Ironman, if there's an Olympic distance race that's maybe 3 to 4 weeks out, go ahead and do that, because that race is going to seem so short that after your half Ironman, you're just going to crush it. And you're going to have a lot of fun. It'll bring a lot of joy back to triathlon. Sometimes when we train for these longer races, the training can kind of suck out the joy a little bit. So it's always fun, especially when you have high fitness level, to go do a race that's half as long, like an Olympic distance, and just go out there and crush it. You get off the bike and you go, oh, I only have 6 miles to run, because you just, a couple weeks earlier just did a half marathon coming off the bike ride, which can seem like a long way. So 6 miles seems like nothing. Your perspective has changed from all this training. So anyway, that's week 15. And then after this, it's race week. All right, go ahead and have a great week, everybody.